"You see that tattoo? Yeah, that one on his forearm. The thing looks like it was done in a garage." The laughter echoed across the polished boardroom table, bouncing off the glass walls and marble floor. They were all looking at Ethan, the new guy, the one who didn't fit in with their tailored suits, designer watches, and carefully crafted LinkedIn smiles. But Ethan didn't flinch. He just rolled down his sleeve, gave a small nod, and said quietly, "Yeah, that tattoo's real." Before we get into what happened next, if you're new here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories that prove one thing: sometimes the people you underestimate have already walked through fire. Now, back to Ethan. He wasn't supposed to be there. Not really. He was a single dad, barely scraping through each month. The boardroom. That was a world he'd never imagined stepping into. 5 years earlier, he'd been working the night shift at a delivery warehouse, raising his little girl, Lily, after his wife passed away. The tattoo everyone mocked. It was her last drawing. A small, crooked heart she'd scribbled with her crayons right before she lost her fight with cancer. Ethan had taken that crayon sketch to a local tattoo artist and said, "Put this on me, permanently." So yeah, the tattoo was real, more real than anyone in that room could understand. Ethan had worked hard, grinding through community college classes during the day, delivery shifts at night, and feeding Lily between. When she passed, he almost gave up, but instead he turned his pain into fuel. He promised himself and her memory that he'd build a life that would have made her proud. That promise led him to a business idea, an affordable logistics software designed for small, family-run delivery companies like the one he used to work for. Fast forward 3 years, and somehow, by sheer will and sleepless nights, he had built something that actually worked. It wasn't fancy, but it solved real problems. And now, here he was, presenting it to a boardroom of executives from a Fortune 500 company, hoping they'd believe in him. But they didn't. As he finished his presentation, the CFO leaned back in his chair, smirking. "Interesting idea," he said, "but your branding is unprofessional, your projections are naive, and frankly, you don't look like someone we'd trust with this scale of investment." A few chuckles followed. Ethan felt his chest tighten, but he didn't respond. He just gathered his papers, muttering, "Thank you for your time." He was about to walk out when a voice came from the far end of the table. "Hold on." The CEO, an older woman named Margaret, stood up. Her voice carried quiet authority, the kind that didn't need to shout. She walked slowly around the table, her heels clicking softly against the tile. Everyone fell silent. She looked at Ethan, not at his clothes, not at his slides, but at his tattoo. "You said that tattoo's real?" "Yes, Mom," he said. "What's it mean?" Ethan hesitated. The room was watching. His throat felt tight. "It's my daughter's drawing," he said. "She passed when she was 5. I promised her I'd make something that mattered. This idea, it's for her. It's for all the parents who are trying to build something better for their kids, but can't afford the kind of tools your companies take for granted." You could have heard a pin drop. Margaret's expression softened. She nodded once, slowly, then turned to the room. "You all laugh because you see someone who doesn't fit your mold," she said. "But that tattoo, that's commitment. That's pain turned into purpose. I've led this company for 30 years, and I've learned that the ones who make the biggest impact are rarely the ones who fit in." Then she did something no one expected. She raised her hand and saluted him. "I served in the Navy," she said, "and I've only saluted one kind of person since. Those who fight battles others don't see." She looked around the boardroom. "Gentlemen, if you can't see the value in that, maybe you're in the wrong room." The CFO's smirk vanished. The laughter died. By the end of that meeting, the company didn't just fund Ethan's project. They offered him a full partnership. His software went on to revolutionize local logistics, helping hundreds of small businesses stay afloat. But the real victory wasn't in the contracts or the money. It was in the moment Ethan drove home that night, parked his beat-up car, and looked at Lily's photo on the dashboard. He smiled through tears and whispered, "We did it, kiddo." A few months later, the company held a press event to announce their new partnership. When Ethan walked on stage, he didn't wear a suit. He rolled up his sleeve proudly, showing the tattoo. The cameras flashed, and for once, nobody laughed. Because sometimes, the marks people mock are the ones that mark us with purpose. So if you're watching this and someone's ever told you that you don't belong, Remember Ethan. Remember that the scars, the ink, the struggles, they're real. They're proof that you've fought for something worth believing in.